Hey everyone, welcome back to Camp in a Box. Today we're going to learn how to make some easy salt dough at home. You can use this for sculpting or for making your own Play-Doh. The materials that you'll get in your camp box is enough to make 2 batches of Play-Doh, but you'll need some things like mixing utensils and a large bowl from home. Go ahead and add 1 cup of flour into your large mixing bowl. This is going to be half of the bag that you get in your camp box. If you want to be super precise, ask an adult if you can use a measuring cup. This recipe is really forgiving, so if you have a little bit more than a cup of flour or even a little bit less, it's not going to affect the final result. Once you've added all of the flour, you're going to want to add half a cup of salt. Again, this should be half the salt that you get in your camp bag. Mix the salt and the flour together in your bowl. Of course, you could use a spoon for this, but I decided to get in and use my hands. You're going to want to have hands coated in flour later in the project. Start adding in your water a little bit at a time. You're only going to need half a cup. To keep your hands from getting really sticky at the beginning, go ahead and use something like a rubber spatula or a mixing spoon to mix in your water. And now we'll just add in a little bit more. Oh, that was too much water. You can see as I'm starting to mix the batter together that it's starting to get really runny. This isn't what we want to see. So I grabbed some extra flour and decided I was going to add a little bit at a time until the batter was back to the consistency that we wanted. I ended up adding flour in 2 tablespoon increments. I had a big bag of flour on hand, but you can always use the extra flour left over in your bag from your camp kit. See how the batter is starting to become more like a paste instead of a liquid? That means we're on the right track. Just need to keep adding a little bit more flour. We're almost there at this point. We want our dough to be able to hold its shape when we roll it up into a ball with our spatula. If we press down on it and the dough spreads out, that means it needs a little bit more flour and a little bit more mixing. And this is what we're looking for. The ball of dough is mostly holding together, but it still has some shaggy edges. And when we smush down into it with our spatula, it pretty much holds its shape. So scrape off the excess dough from the spatula into the ball, roll it back up with a spatula, and then get ready to turn it out onto a floured work surface. Make sure that your hands are coated in flour and then roll your ball of dough onto your floured workspace. You just want to make sure that you get the entire surface to be nice and smooth and you don't feel any lumps or weird patches inside the dough as you're molding it. Once you're happy with the texture of your dough, roll it into a little ball and check for its bounciness by putting a smiley face on the top. Your smiley face should stay in place even if you step away from the piece for a little bit. Once you make sure the texture is right, roll it all back up into a ball and then store it in an airtight container. You can use this dough for up to a month. Thanks for crafting with me today, guys. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye-bye!